Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to another Pick a Card Tarot reading. In today's reading, we are going to discover who were you in your past life, and in this reading, we are going to explore who you were before, your personality, your struggles, your wisdom, and basically everything what your past life gave you. And in today's reading, we have three different piles. This is the pile number one that is associated with a green crystal. Then this is the pile number two that is associated with the black crystal. And then this is the pile number three that is associated with the yellow crystal. So right now you should close your eyes, take a deep breath and choose the pile that speaks to you the most. You can choose based on the intuition how the piles look like. You can also choose based on the crystal that is associated with each pile, or you can also choose based on the number 1, 2, 3, or the color green, black, yellow. And then when you are going to be ready, in the description down below you are going to find the timestamps, so you can just jump directly to your reading. So take a deep breath, listen to your body, and choose the pile that calls to your heart. Welcome pile number one to your reading. Let's see together who were you in your past life, and if you will probably feel something, I don't know, in your chest or in your heart during this reading, this is a sign that you will know that this is meant for you and this is real. So let's see what the tarot cards and oracle cards are saying about your past life. It's going to be a very exciting reading, I have a feeling. Okay, Seven of Swords. This is interesting because Seven of Swords can signal that in your past life you were someone with some kind of like secrets, but you were extremely clever, as we can also see on the picture that he is looking, I don't know, a little bit like suspicious, or he's looking that he's hiding something, but you were definitely clever because the swords are talking all about intelligence, about your mind. So what is also suggesting me that he's holding this knife in his hand, like he's also ready to fight or something. He's like in this position, so it also can mean that you had to survive, you had to fight, and you didn't always tell people everything, probably because you are also trying to, what is suggesting, kind of like protect your life or protect yourself. And it can also mean that your past life had a lot of hiding, because he's hiding, so a lot of hiding, a lot of planning. Maybe you lived in a time where, I don't know, being honest was dangerous about who you are, what you want, so you kind of like had to protect yourself. So you also used your mind to do it, because the swords, again, the mind. And also, when I'm looking at the picture, I'm seeing someone who is very fast, who is also like careful and very, I would say, like a smart about his next step. So I would also say that you may have worked in a job that needed, I don't know, like a strategy, or like I said, the planning, I don't know, like a spy or something like that, or someone helping others in secret, I don't know, like what is suggesting me, some freedom work or underground missions, or some messages. Or the Seven of Swords, you know, when I'm now looking at the picture, it can also be that you were some kind of, I don't know, like a rebel, or someone who worked against the system, but not like in like a loud way, but I would say like in a quiet way, because we can also see that he's hiding. But you were kind of like brave. I have the feeling that you were extremely brave, but you didn't show it to the world. And people maybe didn't always like understand you, or maybe also some people, you know what, I'm having the feeling now that some people may have called you like a liar or like a thief, but you weren't like a bad person, of course, no, because you had no choice basically, and you were so smart. And also, you know, the swords, the mind. So maybe It's also suggesting me that you used your mind as like this weapon, what he's holding. So maybe you also survived when other people couldn't survive, and also you still may have this energy in you. So maybe also it's why you are keeping in this life a lot of secrets. That's why you are also maybe, I don't know, are watching people before you trust them, or you are a little bit distant maybe in your current life, or you also maybe feeling like, I don't know, that people are watching you, or you may also have some struggles to, I don't know, fully open yourself to other people, or to fully trust other people. And it can also be because of these situations you had, or basically you were someone who needed to always have the plan, to think about the future, think about, I don't know, one step ahead, or even like 7 steps ahead, because we have the Seven of Swords. So it can also be something like this. But I would like to also see another card, so we will have like a bigger message. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. The Pentacles, I need to say this, they are talking all about like resources, about the money, about, I don't know, the basically all the resources you have. It can be like time, energy, basically imagine all of the resources. And the Nine of Pentacles are talking about being something like, I don't know, self-made, or that you build something from the scratch by yourself. And it's also very suggesting maybe the Seven of Swords, that you were probably someone that in your past life you needed to build your own life, because it can also show me that you were very rich. Look at the picture. She's very rich, she's very happy, but in kind of like an own way. But maybe it was not only like money, you know, because like I was talking resources, you can also be rich. I mean, that you had, I don't know, power, or beauty, independence, because like I said, it's a self-made card. So independence may be very very important for you, okay, in your past life. But you also, with the Seven of Swords, I'm seeing that you probably weren't like relying on other people, because you worked so hard by yourself, and you made something out of nothing. Basically, you planted the seeds and they grown. Or it can also be basically this Nine of Pentacles. When I'm looking at the picture, the Pentacles is like a earth energy. It's like solid, stable energy, grounded energy. So probably you could also be surrounded by the nature. We can also see a lot of animals on the picture. So probably animals, I don't know, fresh air, or a garden, or a forest, or something with the nature. Or also this can tell me that you're basically, you really loved in the past life, and maybe also in the current life, like peace and beauty and nature and this grounded energy, what the Pentacles are basically representing. And it can also tell me that Nine of Pentacles, you know, when I'm looking at the card, that you, and he's also, here is a city in the picture, but he's far away from the city. So it can also be that you lived in a place that is far away, because we see it on the card that he's not in a city directly. So maybe you lived away from the city, maybe on in like a village, or near forest, or on some kind of Iceland, or I don't know, something like that is telling me that maybe it was not directly in the bigger city, but you definitely had a strong connection with the earth, because earth element, like I said. So you also could work with your hands. I mean, gardening, cooking, doing something something creative, like crafting something, or even like a healer, okay, with your hands. But also, I have the feeling when I'm looking now at the card that you were extremely beautiful, and other people noticed your beauty. Because I have the feeling that you were so confident, and I'm also looking at the picture, like she's so confident, she's so happy, and she's so magnetic, and people also kind of respected you because you were the self-made one, you know, you work on yourself. And also when I'm picking with, maybe some people were kind of like jealous of you, because you were very good alone, you were very good independent, and it was also, I would say, a little bit scary for them. So I don't know, currently in this life, you could still enjoy being alone, or you still love nature, you like peace, you don't like drama, you don't like noise, you don't like being loud. Or also it can be that, I don't know, that you are attracting some kind of attention without you even trying, that you are just living your own life. And I also have the feeling that you probably lived on your own in your small, I would say, kingdom or garden, or and you still are kind of like remembering this piece, is what I'm feeling. Because I also have the feeling that I'm looking now at the bird, that you probably also like the freedom, that you're probably someone who likes the freedom and you don't need anyone to survive, basically. So it's also suggesting me something like this. But let's also see another card, so we will have like a better picture of who you were. Okay, we have Three of Cups. Three of Cups in traditional tarot meaning, it means that you are surrounded by the people, that you, I don't know, it's a card of friendship or the circle of the people. So you probably also had a deep, like a soul family, okay, in your past life, because you weren't alone. Even though you had the secrets, because the Seven of Swords is talking that you had some secrets, you work so hard, but you also had love. So you probably had, I don't know, like friends or people around you who truly understood you. Like, in the past life, it was like this, they lived in some kind of like society or in the circle. So maybe you had some kind of, that you lived with someone like a sisters or brothers or something like that. Or you also could have, because this is also a card of celebration, it's a card of party, of something like that. So with your past life, it can also be that you probably like dance, music, wine, celebration. And I have the feeling that you were because I'm seeing the woman on the picture, so maybe like a woman-led group, or like a part of a small community that were very close, or I don't know, like I'm going to be maybe very specific right now, but I don't know, like a witch circle, like a coven or something, or herbalist group with a connection to the nature, like I was talking before, or even like a creative space, like dancers, singers, artists. But basically this card is suggesting that the joy also came from connections, even when you were, of course, you were careful about who you trust. But I have the feeling that you had some deep connections, so not with a lot of people. And these people, if you believe in past lives, but I think you do because you wouldn't watch this video, but you still can have those people around you currently. So maybe, I don't know, you met someone and you immediately clicked the right way, or the person you never met, but you feel like you met them or you knew them before. So I have a feeling that that could be them. Or maybe I am also picking that you are probably someone who were, I don't know, teaching other people how to celebrate life, even when the things were hard for you sometimes, So, I don't know, you really like to laugh deeply, or you miss someone you, I don't know, even don't know yet. It can also be in your current life, or you also feel called to have some circles like sisterhood, or this kind of circles with monthly meetups or something like that. Or you still can laugh in this current life, I don't know, dancing or music or celebration. And I also have the feeling that you were very, very joyful, and people around you also notice. So let's see another card. How many I have? I have 4. So now I'm looking how I'm going to lay out the cards. Okay, I'm just going to check if you can see. We have the element of air, thoughts, mind, communication. Okay, this is a confirmation for everything, because the element of air is also connected to the Seven of Swords like we had before. So it's basically telling me that you were someone who used, the power of your mind, or you had a lot of thoughts, or you were very curious, you all the time asked questions, you didn't believe that things, because I don't know, other people say some things, you didn't believe them until you kind of experience it by yourself. Or Also, maybe in the past, and possibly it's that also in this life that you read a lot of books, or you were a writer, like a messenger again, I'm getting, or like a speaker, or maybe you also communicate the ideas, with the secrets. Maybe you had some kind of ideas that were not allowed like in the life you were living before. So maybe, I don't know, a mind. You could be like a philosopher or a teacher or someone who understands more than other people. And even in danger, I have the feeling that your mind was very, very sharp. So also in this life, the element of air, and could be, I don't know, that you are asking deep questions, or you are all the time overthinking, or you love learning, or you are also speaking in some kind of your own way, or you feel, I don't know, that you are too smart. And it's not like a bad way to think that you are smart, but you can feel smart and that other people are boring. I'm so sorry, I'm just honest. But you could also feel in this way, and it's not a bad thing, because this is just a confirmation that probably you're so smart also in this lifetime we are living. But let's also see another oracle card, so we will have more messages. The Father Sky, trust in the unknown. So again, like I was talking before, that you probably were trusting, you had some trust issue, but you needed to trust the universe, okay? The unknown. So there were things you couldn't see, and you didn't know what was coming next, but you believed that everything will be okay. Maybe also in your current life, you're like this, that you believe, you have faith. Or you also get in your past life a lot of signs, I don't know, from, we are seeing a lot of animals, so some signs from animals, dreams, or you believed in the universe, or you believed in something bigger, or maybe you even work with, I don't know, spirit, or you were so connected to the nature, so you prayed, or you, I don't know, were connected to your destiny, or you may still have in this life, and I'm picking like connection to the stars, to the sky, to the flying animals. We have a lot of flying animals, we have a lot of birds, so you can also be connected to the birds in this lifetime. Or you also may have a strong like dreams, or signs from the universe, or you have some deep feelings that your soul is kind of like being guided by the unknown, something that is not that we don't see. Definitely you needed to trust in unknown. Let's see another card. Green woman, feminine nature, oneness. Okay, this is actually confirmation that the Nine of Pentacles, the nature, you were so connected to the nature. You were a healer, a wild woman or wild man, a green witch, or something like that. Or you were just so connected to the earth. So you may live again with animals, with plants, with herbs, and also I have a feeling that you felt the energy of the land, of the nature. You were helping others to heal, or I don't know, I'm also picking that you were probably also working with herbs or oils, or also your feminine energy were strong. So probably, I don't know, you were not soft in a weak way, but in like a powerful, so people could came to you for healing, for comfort, for getting some answers, or you knew basically how to live in this land, not in the city. This is actual confirmation. So you respected the earth. And also again in this lifetime, you really like nature. You are so connected to the plants, the herbs, to the crystal. You are drawn to the feminine energy. You have healing hands. So definitely you were the one connected to the earth. And that's extra confirmation what we got. And let's see our last card. Is the archetype card, companion, loyalty, unselfishness. So definitely you were so loyal, even though you had some secrets with the Seven of Swords. When you loved someone, Three of Cups, you loved someone, you never give up on them. You were the best partner, you were the protector, you stood by people, even if it was bad or good. And also you were so kind. When I'm having the feeling, you were so kind, you gave real love, you listened, and also stayed when someone was sharing something. So definitely you also in this life you can love deeply. You also get hurt when people leave you, or you still think about people from, I don't know, years ago, or you can also have, I don't know, struggles to let go because you were so loyal in your past life. But to kind of like conclude everything for you, pile number one, I have the feeling that you were keeping some kind of secrets. You were extremely strong and self-made. You were a healer, definitely, very loyal friend, you were thinking deep, and you also were so much connected to the stars. And also the feeling that your beauty, it came from your mind. You have a lot of mind, your energy, and also your past life made you who you are today. So you are so smart, you're very careful, you are very wise, you are very loving, and you're very also intuitive. And I have the feeling, pal number one, that was it, what the universe wanted you to know regarding your past life and who you were before. And also, please remember that this is a collective reading, this is a general reading. So that's why I only take what is feeling resonating with you and leave the rest. And also, if you'd like to get a personal reading, link is in the description down below. And also, please remember that the energy is all the time shifting. Nothing is ever set in stone. You have a free will and you are a creator of your own destiny. So thank you so much, panel number one, for listening to this reading. Until next time, see you. Welcome, panel number two, to your reading. Let's see together who were you in your past life and what the tarot and oracle cards are saying about your past and how it is also influencing your current life. Four of Wands. Okay, we are starting very interesting because the Four of Wands is a card of celebration. As we can also see on the picture, they are celebrating something. They are joyful, but also Four of Wands is suggesting like home and security. So I have the feeling that probably in your past life you were the one who kind of, I don't know, brought joy in others people's life, or you were basically the heart of your home, of your village, of your group, of your inner circle. And also people probably came to you when they needed happiness, joy, even they wanted, I don't know, celebrate your life, or not your, but basically life in general. Or basically, you know, the Four of Wands in traditional meaning, it is also all about, like I said, home, community, family. So you created kind of like this safe space for others. Or maybe, I don't know, when I'm now looking at the card, when I'm seeing like you were maybe hosting some dinner parties, or you were cooking some meals for others, you were doing some gatherings, you were the one who were doing some kind of events for your community, for your village, like I said. Or you were someone who also made people to feel safe and seen. And you may also, when I'm looking at the card, you know, she's holding these music instruments, so you may also work with music, you may work with food, they are dancing, so you could also probably work with dancing, or doing something with your hands. So probably you also could be bringing people together to celebrate something, or to just meet and have a good time, because we are seeing that they are having great time on the picture, they are celebrating, they are dancing, they are enjoying everything. So also what is suggesting me when I'm looking at the card, I'm not seeing like any big city, I'm seeing like one tent. So it can also be that you probably lived in a small town, you probably lived in a village, or you knew everyone and everyone knew you. She's also smiling, so probably you also smiled with your whole soul, basically. Or you basically created a joy for other because you didn't maybe also have it for yourself, or you knew what it feels like to be alone, and you also could promise basically yourself that you will make home for you know, for them, so no one will run away from me or something like that. So this is basically the whole energy, what I'm having the feeling: home, community, dancing, enjoying life, music. So probably in this current life, because the four is representing stability. So probably in your current lifestyle you want a stable home more than anything, or you really like traditions, even like small traditions, or you feel very emotional when, I don't know, people come together, or you are also working hard to make other people feel welcome or something like that. So also I'm having the feeling that you were like healing yourself in your past life through the happiness and through enjoyment with other people. So this is what the Four of Wands is suggesting, but let's also see another card, what we have. Okay, we have Ace of Cups, and this is very interesting because the Ace of Cups is representing like new emotional beginnings, or in traditional meaning it can also suggest that when I'm looking at the picture, you know, she's having very pure heart. So this can also suggest that you were born with very open heart. You felt emotions very deeply. Like again, this is confirmation for this card that you were feeling love and sadness and joy and pain and everything, and it was so strong because you were so open. And the Ace of Cups is also suggesting that you probably also gave love very easily to others, and you gave it with your full heart. So also what I'm picking in that current, not current, but that past life, you fell in love very deeply. You loved with your whole heart, and there was at least one soul you loved with everything. Okay, so it could be romantic, or it could have been, I don't know, like a child or a friend or someone you cared for. So definitely you had someone you deeply loved in your past life, and whoever it was, I had the feeling that this connection kind of shaped your whole life. So definitely you needed to take care of someone, and I am feeling that you really, really love them. Or you may have also worked in healing, or you may have taken care of people, or what it can suggest, like a nurse or caregiver or herbalist or healer basically, or you know, this kind of healer that every like village had, like this witch or a healer or someone that everyone came to. It could be you, you know, the one in your village. But also Ace of Cups, it can also be a little bit sad card, because I'm also seeing a lot of dark colors on these cards. It can also be like you loved so deeply, but you also felt lost so deeply. So I sense that in your past life you also lost someone, because you know, the past lives, the times were very tough and very rough, and also I have the feeling that you went through probably heartbreak. So maybe it's also something you carried in your past life, but still you kept loving, you know, you loved people. It's also suggesting me that the people from the Four of Wands, and again, you cared for people, so definitely you're working with people, and it was also your power. So probably in this life you're feeling too much emotions, even when others, I don't know, don't understand. You know, you are crying easily from everything. So you're crying when you see something beautiful, you can cry when you are hearing some kind of nice music, or if you're hearing some stories you just cry. Or you also feel huge love towards strangers, towards animals, but mostly like, I don't know, you love people so much, you want to work with people, or you also, I don't know, want to care for strangers. So this is what it can be in your current life, because you are definitely the pure heart, you were loving. And also, you know, when it was a little bit hurtful, you still kept your heart open, and it's very, very rare. So definitely you were the one who cared for others, you loved people, and until this lifetime I'm feeling that you are caring for others, and you really, really like people as well. But let's see another card, so we will have more things to talk about. Okay, this is coming in reversed. Ten of Wands in reversed. Because the Ten of Wands, when it's in normal position, it is suggesting that you are carrying so much on your shoulders, you need to ask for help, you are carrying so much. But when it's actually in reversed, it can suggest that you you carried too much, of course, in your past life, but you are kind of like burnout or something. So you help everyone, you help completely everyone. You say yes when you want to say no. And also it can be influencing you until today, that you don't know how to say no, you are saying all the time yes, you don't know how to put clear boundaries for yourself. So you hold the weight of your family, you hold the weight of your work, of others' emotions, because the cups are all about emotions, I need to also say. But I have a feeling that you were the person people depended on, and you never wanted to let anyone down, but no one helped you, basically. It's this card is suggesting that no one helped you, and you were so tired, not just in your body, but I have the feeling that also in your mind, in your soul, in your heart, you were so tired that you were helping all the time everyone, no one helped you, and you just kept working all the time, you were all the time helping, you were all the time giving, but at the end, I think you wish you had rest more, or you at the end wish you didn't fully sacrifice your life helping other people, and you wish that you would also help yourself. Or you also wish that someone would, take care of you the way how you take care of them, or the way you took care of everyone else, basically. Or in this life, it can also may show up that you are feeling tired for no reasons. You're all the time tired, or you always need to be the strong one in your surroundings, in your family, or you're attracting people who wants to fix their life, and they want you to help them to fix their life. It can also be, or you're also getting sick when, I don't know, you are ignoring your own needs. So maybe you're all the time overworking, and then you are getting sick even when it's not a flu or anything, but your body just get tired. Or you can also feel guilty when you rest. It can also be in your current life, because definitely this card is saying that you need to choose peace this time, and you cannot do this again, because you came into this life to drop these heavy bags she's carrying. You can see that I'm going to show you in normal position. She's carrying heavy bags. Also the poor animal is helping her, carrying everything. So you don't want to carry it, you want to drop it. You don't have to carry everyone else anymore, okay? Rest more, work on yourself more, help yourself first, and then if you will have spare energy, if you will have spare time, then you can think about helping other people. But first, help yourself in this life. But now I would like to see some oracle cards, so we will have more messages. Okay, I'm just going to check if you can see and how I'm going to put the cards. Okay, you can see. So 3 of Life, map, support, connection. So this oracle card can show that in your past life you were definitely deeply connected to the people, to the land, to the ancestors, and you were someone who knew where you came from. You respected, I have the feeling you respected your people, your village, your place, your roots, and you didn't have, I have a feeling that you didn't live like a lonely life. You weren't living like a wild life, but you lived with connection, because we have 2 different cards suggesting connection. So even if, I don't know, your family was not perfect, or your people around you were not perfect, because we also know that they took maybe a little bit of advantage of you or something, but they weren't perfect, but you were living very close to your community. This is also just suggested by this card. So you believed in the community, and you believe in living the life together as a part of the group. Maybe you have been a leader or like a teacher for your family group, or for your sisterhood, or the group of people who live together. But also there is a deeper meaning of this card. I have the feeling that your life probably had a purpose, and it was not random, because you were placed in that group of people, in that village, in that place for a reason, because your soul chose the path. And also in this current life, what I'm feeling, that you probably have a connection tree of life, to your ancestors, to your family tree. You want to understand where you came from. You are drawn to some traditions of your country or of your ancestors, of the group where you were born, or you felt drawn to places you've never been before, or you want to understand basically everything, or you care about the roots. Or you can also feel that you were part of something bigger and you were never living alone. Always the community. I'm all the time saying community, 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 connections. So definitely. But let's see another card. What we have. Okay, hunter. You could literally be a hunter in your past life, but track down your fears and desires. I have the feeling that you were brave in your past life. You had big dreams, but often you put them last because of your responsibilities. Like we also see with the Ten of Wands, that you care for everyone else except yourself. So there was something probably in your past life you wanted so much. Maybe you wanted a different life. Maybe you wanted to choose a different path. You wanted to be with a different person you were, and you were a little bit afraid to chase it. Maybe, I don't know, you were thinking that, oh my God, I'm going to chase this life. It's going to be selfish. I'm going to disappoint my connections, my community. Or maybe also people told you it wasn't possible for you. So you stayed where you were and you left those desires and those dreams to kind of fade away or something like that. But I have the feeling that you still can remember the dreams you had, also the things you never reached, and the places you never went to. This card also can say that you were a hunter, you were hunting the wrong things, I need to say. Sorry, but I have the feeling that you were going after the things you didn't want, because the Ten of Wands in reverse, you were tired of that. So you were hunting, I don't know, approval of your own community. You were hunting for safety, peace for other people. But I think that your own heart's desires, they were hidden because you were afraid what your community will say, probably. So in this life, how it can show up? It can show up that you are feeling that something is missing, or you want more, but you feel guilty about it, okay? You feel afraid to follow your dreams, or you are wondering, like, what if I'm going to completely change my life? How it's going to look like for me? So basically this time you should not run from your desires, but run kind of like towards your desires, because you are allowed to want more and you're allowed to choose yourself this lifetime. Don't be kind of like all the time connected to the baggage of your past life, but choose yourself this time. Let's see another card. What we have. Again, this is so beautiful. This is extra confirmation. Like I was talking that you probably need to rest more. Again, we have rest, stop, recharge, self-care. So definitely in your past life, Ten of Wands, you were tired all the time. You didn't get to rest. Not really, and now your soul is still healing from that being all the time tired. And this card is also saying basically that you need to rest, you need to stop trying to be everything for everyone, but let yourself to rest, because you gave so much in your past life and you didn't take enough back, is what I'm feeling. And you were the love for others, but you need to also start receiving, and you didn't receive. You were all the time just giving. So in this lifetime you need to heal this, okay? So rest without feeling guilty, say no without again feeling guilty, or say no without fears, ask for help without being, I don't know, afraid, or also just take care more of your body, your energy, your heart, because you truly deserve peace this time, okay? But let's see the last card, what we have. Okay, child archetype, orphan archetype. Independence based on learning to go it alone. Curing fear of surviving. I don't know. So I'm just going to see if you can see the cards. Yes. Orphan archetype. So I have the feeling that you definitely, with the Ten of Wands, I'm all the time thinking you were living as a part of community, but you felt alone, you felt abandoned. Maybe, I don't know, you were left behind, or you all the time were caring for someone and you had to grow up too fast, basically, or you felt alone even when people were around you. You didn't feel safe and you had to learn how to survive basically without protection, is what the card is suggesting. So it also made you strong, definitely, but it also made you kind of like afraid to be left alone again. Okay, so I have the feeling that in that life you tried to build a home that no one would leave, or you were the protector, you were the caretaker, you became the parent. Okay, but deep down you were still this child and you needed to grow up fast, and you just wanted, to be held, and you wanted to be safe, and you wanted someone to take care of you because you took care of everyone else at the thing. So also in this life, you may feel the fear of abandonment, or you are staying in relationship too long with the wrong person, or you want to fix broken people, or you feel like you are never good enough, or you are struggling to, I don't know, to let other people to take care of you, is also what it can be in this life. So let's conclude everything. So I do think that, of course, you created the joy for the people, you were the giver, but you forgot to give to yourself. You were dreaming all the time, but you were afraid to go after the dream, or you were healing through rest. You need to heal through rest currently, and you grow too fast, but you never stop loving. Is definitely because you have a big heart, or you had a big heart. So in this life, you need to learn how to rest. You need to learn how to chase your dreams. You need to also understand that you are safe and you don't have to carry every burden alone, definitely. And you deserve love without like kind of working for it. Okay, so this is what the universe wanted you to know regarding your past life, and I have the feeling that that was it. And also please remember, pile number 2, that this was a general and collective message, so only take good feeling, alright, and leave the rest. And if you'd like to get a personal message or personal reading about your past life, I have a link in the description down below. And also please remember that you are a creator of your own destiny. Nothing is set in stone. You have a free will, and energy is all the time changing. So thank you so much, pile number 2, for listening to this reading. Until next time, see you. Welcome, pile number 3, to your reading. Let's see together who you were in your past life, and also what influences you may have until this lifetime from your past life. So let's see what the tarot cards and oracle cards are saying. Okay, we have reverse Queen of Swords. We are starting very, very strong, because the Queen of Swords, when it's in normal position, not in reverse, but in normal, it's suggesting that this type of person who is not afraid to speak out, speak their mind, always talkative, basically, very intelligent. But when it's in reverse, it's kind of like a blocked. So I would say that you were the silent person, or you were thinking silently for yourself. So in your past life, you were, of course, very intelligent, because the Queen of Swords is so intelligent. You had very sharp mind. You could see, basically it's also suggesting that you could see through life, you could understand people quickly, but you didn't feel safe to speak your truth. I have the feeling that you were a little bit quiet and you weren't able to speak out loud what you are thinking. So you may have been someone with very feminine energy. You may have been a woman in the past life, because we are the Queen of Swords. And also what I'm having a feeling that maybe, in the past, during that time, your voice was not kind of like welcomed, I would say, or in the past life. Maybe you were told to be quiet, or you are too emotional, or no one wants to hear that, or you don't know what you are talking about. This kind of attitude towards you. It could also be so you also maybe learn how to keep your thoughts inside. You were thinking about it in secret. You maybe had some, I don't know, journals, or you were writing some poems, or even you could write some secret text or something like that, but you didn't share them. I have the feeling that you didn't share them because it's in reverse. So basically you were keeping it maybe a little bit like secret, but I'm going to be honest, this is also something like you were born to speak, but you were never allowed to, because this is blocked energy. So you were born to be this Queen of Swords, to be born to speak your mind, to be there and say everything you want, but you were not allowed because you were so wise. You were teaching yourself everything. But I feel that there are some maybe cultural, I don't know, rules or fear or trauma, or you were living in this era where your voice needed to kind of become silent, or you needed to become silent. So also, I'm going to be honest, maybe in this life you may be holding back your opinions even when you know you're right. You are afraid to speak out, or you're just feeling afraid to speak out in the public, or you're also afraid to share your ideas, or you have a very, very strong inner voice, but you are very quiet on the outside, or you feel like people won't understand you, or also you're this kind of person in this life that you may be writing more than you are talking, all the time texting, writing, you don't like calls or something like that. But I feel that you were very wise in the world that didn't accept it, your wisdom basically. But now it's over, and in this life it's your chance to kind of like speak up and be who you meant to be, and don't be afraid to share your opinions, don't be afraid to share your voice in this current life. But I want to see also another card. Okay, this is extra confirmation for me, because the Five of Pentacles, as we can see, it's someone who is kind of like left alone or left out, the outsider, because this is very powerful but also very painful card, because in your past life you felt left out, you felt pushed aside, also with the connection with the reverse Queen of Swords. You also may feel that you're not chosen, you may have been poor, not enough money, you may have been forgotten or unloved, or you weren't a part of, I don't know, the main group or the big group, or you weren't part of, the group who were leading, and you were different maybe a little bit, also with your ideas, with your mind, or also the world made you feel that you are forgotten or something like that. So it can also be that I'm going to be maybe now specific about your past life, that you were born in a low class, you were born in poor family, you had beliefs or talents that other people didn't understand, or you look different, okay, than the rest of the people. You maybe acted different, you didn't fit the rules, or you also were sick or something, or you had a body that basically other people judged, or you were deeply sensitive and people were saying that you are too weak or something like that. But even I think that the life and the people were called to you, you never lost the faith, you never lost your heart. And also maybe what I'm also feeling with these two cards, maybe you also helped others who were alone, because you understood the suffering. So you were the one who were always kind, or you may also live near nature or something, that you were introverted, or you find peace with animals, with the nature, or you trusted more nature than people basically. I had the feeling that also maybe in this life you are feeling different, you are maybe feeling like you don't belong, maybe in this life you are not trusting the groups, okay, or a large community, or you're not trusting I don't want to say like politician or something, but you're not trusting the ones who are making the rules, or you feel that you need to earn the safety, or something like that. Or you can also have fears about the money, because the pentacles are talking about the money. So maybe you are having also fears of being left behind. Or also in this life, what I'm picking, you can be very kind to people in pain, basically something like this, you know, that you were like left out in the cold, but right now it's a very good time to remember that you can feel safe, that you can belong, and that you are definitely worthy of love. But let's also see another card. Okay, again reversal. Okay, and we have reversed Page of Wands. Okay, because the Page of Wands, when it's in normal position, it is talking that you are enjoying life, that you have this spark, this curiosity, you were born with the dreams. But when it's in reversed, it is also saying that you were born with the big dreams. You wanted to travel, you wanted to explore, you wanted to learn, you wanted to speak your truth, but the life or the people or the society didn't let you, you know, you were shut down or something like that, because maybe the society told you that you couldn't, or maybe you didn't have, again, Five of Pentacles, maybe you didn't have enough money, maybe you didn't have the time or the freedom, or maybe every time you try to begin something new, someone stopped you, or something was a little bit too hard. But definitely you had, because the wands are talking all about, it's the fire element, so I had the feeling that you had the fire inside you, you had this flame, you know, but over time it became small and you stopped dreaming, you stopped believing in something more, because you get also tired. Okay, you also maybe were saying things that it's too late for you, or you will never get out of this place, or what is basically the point, or you know, you dream big, but still your dream never die, because you know, I don't know what I'm picking. It's very weird energy, okay? But in this lifetime, basically, you may also feel like you have ideas, but you never know how to finish the ideas, or you want more, but you are afraid to try something different or to try something more, or you also don't know what your purpose is, or you don't have motivation to go after what you want, or you don't have the motivation to stand up after you experience something painful, or you're just being scared to start something new. It's basically this card saying this, that you know, you had the dreams and it's still in you, so you need to start believing again. Also maybe in this lifetime you need to start believing in yourself more. Just believe, okay? But let's see another card. What we have? Okay, we have 29 Path, the Moon, Evolution, Simplicity, Animal Kingdom. So again, you know, like I was talking, that you probably were introverted, you were probably left outside, so that's why you had connection to the nature or to the animals. So again, Animal Kingdom, definitely. You may live by the sea or the forest or the mountains, or I don't know, you really like to watch the stars or look at the sky, or I don't know, you understood the seasons, or you also understand animals. I think that you also lived like a simple life, but you were very wise, okay? And your soul was all the time evolving. You always wanted something new. And you also, you know, when I'm looking at the card, I have a feeling that you kind of were seeing the beauty in small things. I don't know, the nature, the birds, the water, and you were connected to something bigger and something wild than society. I don't know. I always had the feeling that you were not very like social person. You were not very much connected to the society, but mostly to the animals, to the nature. So I don't know. You may have been quiet thinker about spirituality, or you have been mystic or herbalist, or it can also show, you know, Animal Kingdom, that you trusted your instincts, or you didn't need any books or something like that, because you trusted the nature, that it will guide you. Or in this lifetime, you know, it can again be that you are so much connected to the nature, that you understand animals easily, that you love the moon. Again, you were maybe connected to the moon, or you really like night, you are more productive during the night, or you really like stars, or you are so sensitive to energies, or you know things without even like needed the proof, you know, you just feel. And it's not a bad thing, definitely. Let's see another card, what we have. Okay, spring. Spring. See your seeds grow. So again, it is suggesting me that, I'm just checking if you can see. Yes, so it is suggesting me that, again, you know, the seeds, the nature. So definitely we're very much connected to the nature, but also I have the feeling that you planted some seeds, you never got to see grow, you know, because we have these two reverse, because yeah, we have two reversals, but also the Page of Wands reversed, you know, the dreams like we told before. So you planted some seeds, you had the dreams, you had visions, you had ideas, but also maybe your life kind of ended before they could come true, you know, because in the past the age was a little bit, you know, that people didn't live so long or something, so you may have passed on before your time, or you gave up on your dreams for someone else, or you were so scared of the society. But I think that you still have this energy of those dreams in you, and they are growing now in this lifetime. So maybe in your current lifestyle you feel like connected to have some specific skill, or you are also connected to some kind of dream you never even practice, but you know that it's the right thing for me to try, or you may be good with music or writing or nature, or you feel like you are here to complete something in this life, or you also have the thing that you are continuing something you started long ago, or something like that, you know. So you definitely need to see your seeds growing now. So in this lifetime, you need to trust in yourself more, and don't be afraid to dream big this time. Let's see what we have. Okay, how you pronounce this? I don't know. Phone? I don't know. Sorry. Beginnings, willingness, opportunities. So I had the feeling that you were very gentle, and you were very kind and very quiet, and you know, you had very open heart. You stay all the time kind, even when the society was like hard, or the life was hard. You all the time stay kind. And I also had the feeling, you know, like I'm seeing this baby baby deer or something. So you probably, I don't know, you believed in love, you were trying all the time, again and again. You didn't become bitter or something, you were open. Even when the world was cruel to you, okay? But also I had the feeling that you were so kind, and it made you get hurt easily. You may trusted the wrong people, you may have been tricked or abandoned, or you basically never gave up, even when you were having like a hard time. You never gave up. And also in this life, I'm having the feeling that you are quiet, you may be very emotional, soft. Your soul is old, okay? Your soul is stronger. So you're definitely someone who can bring safety or comfort or trust. And also people, I think that they really like to be near you because of your energy, your pure and your beautiful energy, definitely. So let's see another card, and the last card. Scribe, preserving knowledge and information, altering facts, or plagiarizing others' work. Okay, again, you know, I was talking about writing music, etc. I have the feeling that you were the hidden writer. You were thinking, you know, quietly, or hidden thinker, or you were all the time keeping the truth, because I have the feeling that you were someone who, again, were writing, who kept some records, or someone who had a lot of knowledge. So I don't know, you may kind of, what I'm feeling, that you may worked with books, or ancient knowledge, or you had your own books or own journals, or you were very much connected to some family stories, or basically you had a gift with words, or you saw things clearly and then you wrote it down. Because I have the feeling that you were not loud, you know, you were not famous, but you were very wise, and you also kept kind of like preserving, again, like it is saying, preserving knowledge. So you preserve the knowledge. Or people may also came to you with their stories, you know, that they were telling you their life stories, or maybe no one knew that you were writing at all. But also I have the feeling that you need to kind of tell the truth in this life. And also maybe in this life you really like writing, you really like journaling. You also maybe are feeling very much connected that you need to record everything, that you, I don't know, you are remembering every small detail about everything, that other people forget the details, but you are the one who remembers. Or you also, I don't know, have a dream to write a book, or you are someone who is having a blog, or social media, vlogging, something like that, or but mostly about the writing. So probably like blog or something. Or you can also have I don't know, old libraries or stories or ancient symbols. So definitely in this life I have the feeling that you need to share your voice more, because you have a lot of knowledge and you need to release the knowledge to the world. So you don't need to be stuck again in this life. So definitely release it. But I have a feeling that you were in the past life very gentle, very wise, very quiet, someone who carried deep thinking, deep thoughts, but you kept them hiding because of some reasons, okay? You were probably someone who was a writer, who was a mystic, or an outsider, okay, who connect more with the moon, with the animals, with nature more than people. Or you were also very soft and you believe in love, or you know, you planted all of the seeds but you never kind of see them growing. And you came basically in this life to be seen, to be heard, to also try again and finish what you started, and trust your voice, and also let the world to kind of like meet your true self, because you're not too soft. I have the feeling that you are exactly what this world needs, and you have some dreams and you need to finish them. They're waiting for you now. So pile number 3, I have the feeling that that was it for today's reading. And as always, please remember that this was a collective and general message. So if you would like to get a personal past life reading, link is in the description down below. And also you have a free will, nothing is set in stone, energy is all the time shifting. And like I said, please only take what is feeling right for you. So thank you so much, pile number 3, for listening to this reading. Until next time, see you.